Hi and welcome, my name is Eric Simpson, an online weight loss specialist for busy professional women over 40 who are looking to lose weight and tone up without counting calories or spending hours exercising each day. And my training talk today is a rather unusual one because, weight loss tips for women, 5 solutions to staying slim. You may be watching this training thinking, well, hang on, I'm trying to lose weight, I haven't got there yet. Well, today's video is really about me giving you an insight into how I approach weight loss when I'm working with clients. I don't just think about the getting started part and what's happening in the immediate future, but I also have one eye on the long term, and that is how are we going to make this sustainable once you've taken all the weight off. So this is really just an insight into 5 solutions to staying slim. And you can see on screen there a client of mine, her name's Gaynor. She took off 85 pounds. And then 18 months later, she was still within 8 to 10 pounds of her ideal weight range. So these 5 solutions to staying slim are the things I shared with Gaynor and many of my other clients as well. So get your pen ready and your paper out. Let's get into what number 1 is. So number 1 is keep active. Now, before Gaynor started working with me, she would walk her dog periodically. Once she'd lost the weight, and as part of that weight loss journey, she started walking her dog more regularly, and now she walks the dog pretty much every day, I think. I mean, there's the odd day when her husband might take the dog out walking, but essentially she's out walking the dog. Not only does she walk the dog, she also does yoga and still continues to do resistance training. Now, in other videos you may have heard me say that weight loss is not about doing more exercise, and it really isn't. You can't exercise your way down to the body shape you want to get down to. You have to address your mindset and your nutrition, otherwise it's just going to be a painful exercise, I'm afraid. But here's the thing about keeping active. When you keep active, that allows you to be able to manage your weight far better. So those little glasses of wine, maybe packets of crisps or bits of chocolate, and yes, those are going to creep back in, it's just part of life. But when you're in your ideal weight range and you are active, you will get hopefully a balance of activity, burning off those extra few calories that you may be taking on board from those little things like crisp biscuits and alcohol. So keep yourself active, don't drop the activity level. I'll just say at this point, find an activity early on in your weight loss journey that you think you're going to stick to, rather than do something because you think, well, other people are doing it, therefore I should do it. Pick something that you think is going to be enjoyable. So that's number 1. Number 2, keep a journal. I can't overemphasize the importance of keeping a journal. Here's the thing, you lead a busy life, you've got family, you've got friends, you've got work colleagues, you've got lots of things going on in your life, and to try and keep this weight loss and keep yourself slim and trim and try and store all the information in your head, it's going to be a difficult thing to do. So keeping a journal not only brings it out into the open and brings it out into the light, if you are keeping a journal that's also about planning ahead, then you're far more likely to be successful in keeping the weight off and staying nice and slim. So definitely keep yourself a journal. Again, it's part of the program that I coach. Something that I teach people is how to keep what I call a think different weight loss journal. It's a slightly different way of journaling from what you're possibly used to. But that's number 2. Number 3, prep your meals. Yeah, I know that part of the weight loss journey when you start is about prepping meals, but guess what? Once you've got yourself nice, slim and trim, you've got to keep those habits up of prepping meals ahead of time, because it's those little things that slip by the wayside and other things start to creep in that cause people to gain those calories. And it doesn't just happen overnight, it happens over a few weeks, a few months, and before you know it, you've gained back 10, 20, 30 pounds just like that. So continue the habit of prepping your meals, and that's exactly what Gaynor and pretty much all the clients I work with do. They keep prepping their meals. That's number 3. Number 4, an accountability buddy. And that face looks a bit familiar down there. Oh, that's me. Yeah, so an accountability buddy. And that can be a friend, a work colleague, a family member, or indeed a professional like myself. Because here's the thing. Yes, we need to develop self-accountability. That is really critical. That's arguably, and probably is, the most important sort of accountability that you need to create, is your own self-accountability. But sometimes that can let us down, and sometimes it's quite useful to have another set of eyeballs on you and talking to you about what you're doing. For someone to provide a bit of accountability, but not just accountability, but also some feedback as well. So that's number 4. And number 5 is reset dates. What do I mean by reset dates? Well, here's the thing. Once you've lost all the weight, and I say this to my clients, it's very, very easy to sleepwalk back into gaining pounds if you're not following through on the 4 previous things I've spoken about. And one of the ways to actually make sure you don't sleepwalk back into it is to have reset dates. So let's just say every 12 weeks you're going to be really focused on what your weight is. So you're going to step on the scales. And by the way, once my clients have got down to the ideal weight, they're not weighing in every week. It's something that we try and say, look, let's just go by how our clothes are fitting now, because if they've dropped several clothes sizes, they know when the clothes are becoming a bit tighter. So let's just say you're only weighing every 2 to 3 weeks, but definitely on the 12th week you want to weigh in, take a look at your weight, and if you've gained back a significant amount of weight, at that reset date you say to yourself, right, I'm going to take some positive action, I'm going to up my game a little bit, and depending on how much weight it is, you may need to up your game for a focused period of time, for maybe 7 days, maybe 10 days. It may be as much as 2 weeks, but hopefully 7 to 10 days will do the trick just to get you back into those good habits that got you nice, slim and trim. And that's what I say to all of my clients. And think about it for a second. If all you had to do was dedicate 7 to 10 days, 3 or 4 times a year to keep yourself within a nice, healthy weight range, wouldn't that be better than just sleepwalking throughout the year into gaining the pounds back and then finding yourself at the end of the year or midway through the year back to square one? So those are my 5 tips for women, 5 solutions for staying slim, things that I share with my clients to help them to be able to sustain the weight loss once they've achieved it. Hopefully you found that of use. If you have any questions or comments, then please leave them below. If you're interested at all in finding out how I may be able to help you, there should be a link below in the description where you can book a call with me. It's a free, no obligation call. We'll just talk a bit about you, your situation, what your goals are. I can explain a little bit about the program, and if we think there's a fit, then we can arrange a subsequent call at a later date. But that initial call, nothing to buy, nothing being sold, it's just literally a conversation between 2 people. So hopefully you found that of use, and until next time, take very good care and bye for now.